So, welcome to the orientation class of Indian history. We are the group 2, group 1, no, all group 2. How many AP and how many TS? Raise your hands, TS. AP? Both? Why I asked this question? Yesterday, have you seen the results? MSET results? Who topped the engineering AP? It does not mean that TS people will not top next year. Okay. So, do you have the idea that syllabus is the same? A portion of your state syllabus will be varying. When it is the case, what we have to do or what we can strive is, we can attempt both the states. This is the first point I would like to make. If you are happy with it. No, I want to serve my only Matrubhumi AP or TS means it's left to you. All in English medium, no? Right. No confusions. After 2 hours, someone will say that we are Telugu medium and... Right. Shall we start the orientation? This class exclusively on the orientation of Indian history. Let's be clear, and we should be clear about the class. Otherwise, what will happen? After you have attended the class previously, no? There are some people. So many. Yeah. So if we see or if we think of all these things, and after 2 hours, you'll say, no, we were thinking about it. And this 2 hours exercise will be a damn waste. So let's be clear. So we are going to talk about Indian history, and now in the morning session we will be discussing ancient India, right? The first question is, how many of you have seen the syllabus? Please raise your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not more than 10, double digit we haven't reached. Why? Why? Can you tell me why? Huh? Anyway, we will be seeing the syllabus in the question paper, no? Why no. Why I am asking this question? If you don't know what exactly you have to read, what exactly you have to study, can you answer the examination? Prelims is objective. Mains is also objective for group 2, no? There is no descriptive. So you need not worry about descriptive, only blackening of the circles. Do you think it's just, do you understand what exactly I mean to say by saying just? What do you mean by this just? Telugulo cheppandi. Just ante konchama న్యాయోచితమా న్యాయమా? You are writing examination, you are trying to get into some service and not looking at the not seriously studying. I am saying not looking at the syllabus. Is it just? No. So anyway, we are here to fill that blank. Hope after this discussion you will go and look at the notification, see the test pattern and syllabus. Unless and until you know what you are doing, you will not do it in a better way. That is my essence. So please go and see the syllabus. Now we will be discussing a portion of the syllabus, that is ancient India. Not even complete Indian history I am discussing in this session. I will be discussing ancient India first. In the afternoon session, I will be discussing medieval India. Okay. Number 1. So this is about the intro. What we are going to do today in the next 2 hours. Second point is, this is orientation. What do you mean by orientation? Someone said it's introduction. Then any other? I want this class to be interactive. Not only this, every class wherever I go, I want you to be interactive. But now I am asking you to interactive because now we have to discuss what to do and how to do. Okay? So what do you mean by orientation? Introduction, okay, done. हो गया हो. Huh? A bit loud. Concept. Conversation between? Okay, conversation of the class. Okay? Next. Brief info. Is it brief or detailed info? Detailedly brief info. Briefly detailed info. Then, chalo. What exactly do you mean by orientation? This is all what you have said is okay. Our plan, how to study. Everything. But here, what I want to talk to you is, firstly, yeah. Can you stop murmuring amongst you? Then the discussion will be more fruitful. Okay? You can talk to me. You can ask me. You can question me. Discuss with me. Okay? Yeah. What exactly is this? Is not in. I need not explain. Syllabus and topics. What are the topics you are going to cover in ancient India will be discussed. This is first part. Then how to study. How to study? What do you mean by how to study? Which topic? How much stress? That is one thing. Planning. And these are all physical aspects. Someone said concept. You said concept. Conceptual approach to the topic is how to study. Did you get my point? Conceptual approach. What do you mean by conceptual approach? Every topic has some soul, oka atma untadi, oka major aspect untadi okati. For example, now I am starting my exercise. What do you mean by Indus Valley civilization? What is the striking feature you get when I say Indus Valley civilization? Huh? Drainage system. Inka? Town planning. Harappan culture. కొంచెం గట్టిగా. Something is in between. కొద్ది గట్టిగా. Banks of river. ఇంకా? What else? Everyone said one aspect, but not the core aspect of it. One word. Ancient is the topic. There is no difference between Maurya and Indus Valley when you talk about ancient. Way of living. But what exact term you want to say about when you say Indus Valley civilization? First, Inca. మధ్యలో గ్యాప్ ఉంది, ఒక పదం మిగిలింది. ఫస్ట్ అర్బన్ సివిలైజేషన్. If you say first urban civilization, drainage system will come, town planning will come, grid pattern will come. Did you get my point? Cinema etla undi. How is the film అంటే మస్త్ అంటావు. మీరు 3 గంటలు చూసి మస్త్ అంటే అయిపోయిందా? Means you have culminated your answer into that two words, two small words, మస్త్ ఉన్నది. When I asked what exactly do you understand when I say Indus Valley civilization, you need not say anything. Say first urban civilization of this Indian subcontinent. Done. Then you can explain in a 300-page book or 3-page answer sheet. Is it clear now? Did you understand what exactly the concept means? That is why I said, for every topic you have something which is very, very specific. If you understand that the answer will revolve around it, or the topic will revolve around this, your understanding should revolve around it. Then what happens? Whenever there is a question, you will never get confused at the conceptual level. If you are clear at the conceptual level, you can solve any question. If you haven't read the topic also, your general common sense and this conceptual understanding will take you to the correct answer. Is it clear now? That is why I said, this is how to study. That is a conceptual one. Then comes what to study. What to study? Yeah? Names. Is it history is just names? Age, dates. She said dates, she said names. What exactly are the terms you use for these things in history? What terms? Understand my question. Chronological? Chronological is that one, dating. Names, dynasties, names, which ruler came next. What do you call this? One is chronology. Chronology is date. Genealogy. Okay? Did you get this point? Why and what to study means you are studying chronology, genealogy, then specific aspects. Every topic has some specific aspect. You don't find this aspect in other topic. This will be a specific one for this topic. Those things we have to concentrate, focus on that. Like that, we'll be studying anyway. I'll be talking in detail about this in the latter part of my discussion. Okay, so these are the things we are going to discuss now. I'll be asking, you should answer. Okay, don't feel shy. My principle is, if you commit mistake, if you say wrongly, you will be learning 2 points. If you say rightly, you will be learning only 1 point. If you understand this logic, you will never feel shy to answer right or wrong. But you will explain, you will answer it. What is the first topic in your ancient Indian history? The? In Pietలేదు ఇంతమందిలో. Indus Valley? How many say this is wrong? What is the topic? What do you call this Stone Age? Paleolithic age. What about Mesolithic age? Early man. What about early woman? Both. Man means woman. So I see only men here. Huh? We call it as prehistory. Prehistory. Some of you might have listened to my lectures previously also, but don't think, yes, we know this. If you know this, you should answer. Otherwise, listen again. I read the same topic again and again, though I have been teaching this for years, because I get new insights when I read something. After this class, I'll get some new ideas after interaction with you. No teacher is 100% perfect. No teacher is done with all his study. Every day we learn. If we are humble enough to understand this, we will be growing in knowledge. Remember this. So that is why I focus on the basics of every topic. When I say prehistory, what do you mean by prehistory? Paleolithic, Mesolithic. Before starting up, what do you mean by civilization? Someone said settle. Who said? Settle. What do you mean by settle? Remember, you are right, but permanent settlement of at a place. No? Who said? In prehistory, we don't have evidence. Then how do you say that this is prehistory? No archaeological evidence. తెలుగులో చెప్పండి, ఎవరైనా మీకు ఈజీ తెలుగులో కమ్యూనికేట్ చేయాలనుకుంటే యూ కెన్, డోంట్ వరీ. హిందీ, ఉర్దూ, తెలుగు, ఐఎమ్ కంఫర్టబుల్ విత్ ఆల్ దిస్. ఠీక్ హై. ఆర్కియలాజికల్ ఎవిడెన్సెస్ ద్వారా చెప్తాం. he said, means through archaeological evidences we call it as material evidence simultaneously, which don't have the written evidence. This is the essence. Prehistory is the period when we have no written evidence. Written evidence means almost we are completely dependent on the material evidence, physical evidence. What are the physical evidences we depend upon to study the prehistory? Pottery. Do you find pottery in Paleolithic period? Do you find pottery in Paleolithic period? Don't worry, this is orientation. This is like a big playground. Someone is doing jogging, someone is doing running, someone is doing warm up, but everyone is doing some physical exercise, right? Yamanar, painting. Inka? See, here when we see prehistory, there is a famous quotation on this. Again, when we study thoroughly about prehistory, we will be taking this quotation. A famous archaeologist who worked on prehistory of India, first Indian to work. There is a foreigner to work on prehistory. Who is that man? Robert Bruce Foote and his son Henry Bruce Foote. Where did they came and where what is the place they worked? Can anyone tell me where these two people, those who have listened, how many of you have listened this Robert Bruce Foote before? Robert Bruce Foote పేరు విన్నారా? ఎంతమంది విన్నారు? Just raise your hands. 1, 2, 3. Good. Their soul will rest in peace. Because you have listened, at least two. Anyway, Robert Bruce Foote, a British archaeologist, worked at where? Tamil Nadu? Which area? Which one? Polavaram. Pallavaram. Pallavaram is one. And apart from that, in your state, in AP, there is a site, Robert Bruce Foote's great experimental place. You may get it in the question, in the exam. Andhra Pradesh. Where are the caves or where are the rocky terrain? East, West Godavarlu ఉందా? వెస్ట్ గోదావరిలో గుట్టలు ఉన్నాయా? ఎక్కడ ఉన్నాయా? తక్కువ. డెల్టాస్ లో యూ డోంట్ ఫైండ్. దెన్ వేర్ డూ యూ హ్యావ్ రాక్ గార్డెన్? దిస్ is a famous rock garden. AP government, AP tourism promotes it as a rock garden of Andhra Pradesh. What kallu? Muntakalla. ఎవరు అడిగింది? ఎవరన్నారు ముంతకల్లు? డోంట్ వరీ, నేను ఊరికే అడుగుతా. ఎవరు? కళ్ళు అన్నది ఎవరు? అలా సీరియస్ గా మీరేం భయపడద్దు, నేను మీకు మాట చూపిస్తా. ఎవరు చేయండి ధైర్యంగా. నాగరాజా ఆయన లేడు. వాట్ డూ యూ మీన్ బై కల్లు? ఇప్పుడు సీరియస్. స్టోన్, తాడి, కల్లు ఉప్పు. కల్లు ఉప్పు అంటే ఏంది? తాడితో కలిపిన ఉప్పు తింటున్నావా? రాక్ సాల్టా? కల్లు ఉప్పు అంటే రాళ్ళు రాళ్ళుగున్న ఉప్పు, నాట్ ఏ పౌడర్డ్ వన్. కల్లు ఉప్పు. డన్. Kallu means stone. Have you heard this Orva Kallu? Which district? Kurnool. Orugallu kaadu, Orva Kallu. Sare Orugallu. What do you mean by Orugallu? Meaning one stone. Oru ante? Oru ante one. What is this? Orugallu is one stone antundi. ఒక్క కల్లు కావాలి కదా, అది ఓరుగల్లు ఏంది? అనదర్ నేమ్ ఫర్ ఏకశిల. దట్ ఈస్ ట్రూ, దట్ ఈస్ సంస్కృతైజ్డ్ నేమ్. బట్ ఓరుగల్లు మీన్స్ ఏకశిల ఆర్ ఓరుగల్లు మీన్స్ వన్ స్టోన్. వై దిస్ ఓరుగల్లు? ఓరు మీన్స్ వన్ in Dravidian language. Tamil, original Telugu, everyone has only one meaning, one word, that is known as oru. Oru. From that oru, it came okati. In Tamil it is Oru. In Kannada it is Oru. In Malayalam it is Oru. In Telugu it has become Okati. That basic origin. That is one. Oru Kallu is Oru Kallu. Oru Kallu, single stone. That became Ekashila. Whenever you see Kallu, don't think of toddy. You'll get intoxicated in the examination hall and you can't answer. Come to the stone. Okay? Right. This is the place in Kurnool, completely rocky terrain, and forget about it. Now another name I am talking about. What is this? Betamcharla. Betamcharla in Kurnool. There you have caves, and Betamcharla caves were the place where Robert Bruce Foote and his son experimented, collected the Stone Age evidences. In Indian history, Kurnool, these caves are very, very important. Betamcharla. Remember this. APPSC 100% important. Tspsc also 99% important. Not much difference. Why? Because this is Bhimbetka might be in Madhya Pradesh, but it is important, equally important for AP and where is, in which state Bhimbetka is there? ఇప్పుడే చెప్పిన మీకు ఎగ్జామినేషన్ లో some questions, some answers will be there in your question sheet. If you thoroughly look at it, you will get one or two answers there. Madhya Pradesh. Who discovered Bhimbetka caves? This is what to study. Syllabus is prehistory. What is the concept? Where you don't have the written evidence, we depend only on the archaeological evidence is the concept. And all the period which we don't have written evidence is understood as prehistory. Then comes what to study. I have asked about RBF. RBF అంటే ఇదో రాజమౌళి ఇది కాదు. Robert Bruce Foote. Betamcharla, Orva Kallu, Pallavaram. Pallavaram is in Tamil Nadu, Madras. Okay. Can you read this? Acheulean assemblage. What is this? Acheulean assemblage is related to A. Heart diseases. B. Prehistory. C. Japanese style of flower arrangement. D. None of the above. D. None of the above. B. Why? Because we are doing prehistory. Simple logic. Acheulean assemblage is a term used for the specific types of tools made in early history, made in Paleolithic period. It is found at Saint Achille in France. They will not be asking you tough question like what exactly is Acheulean assemblage, what is the difference between Mesolithic. Some broad names are there in prehistory. Acheulean assemblage ante eviti? Then you have to answer it. It is related to, because since I am teaching prehistory, you are answering it. But if I am not, if it is in the question paper, if you are not, if you haven't studied this or at least heard about it, what do you say? A, B, C, D, general, all C, it may go into C. Ante kada? So remember, whenever you are, this is completely objective type question paper. 2 is complete objective. So you need not worry about descriptive. But what you have to do is assimilate as much of information you have got about that topic. First point, assimilate means just drink it. వినిపించింది కనిపించింది దొరికిందంతా తాగేయండి, మెదడులో పెట్టుకొని తాగి విడిచిపెట్టద్దు, మెదడులో పెట్టుకోవాలా, అవసరం ఉన్నప్పుడు ఫైల్ తీయాలా. Then only your multiple choice examination you will be successful. So remember, as many points as you can. Novel points also you should get. Right? This is one of the important aspects when I am talking about what exactly is there in this. So talking about prehistory, we have talked about the concept, that is where you don't have the written evidence. Only material evidences are there. There they have to speak for themselves. If I am holding one bone, basing on the characteristics, I should say that this is either femur or skull or somewhere mandibles. Did you get my point? We have found some skeleton. You will not say that this is your femur. Todabokka, no. Todabokka ఎట్లుంటది? పొడుగుంటది. అవునా? Then you will clearly say. So based on this, you will decide what exactly you have found, a human or an animal or something else. And tools. This is a very, very important aspect of this period. Stone tools. Actually, lithic means tools. Stone. Lithic ante? Stone. Lith is stone. Paleo, old. Meso, middle. Neo, lithic, stone. Old stone, middle stone, new stone. What will be the change in all these things? As the day passes, you will be acquiring more and more skill. The first phase of hand axe will not be the same in the Neolithic phase. Neolithic is the last one. Smaller ones, but sharper ones. Easily holdable. In Paleolithic, you have very sturdy one. I have shown to some of you, you might have seen on the classes. Paleolithic hand axe of 50,000 or 60,000 years old, most probably. I have shown in the class, I have brought it. So these things means from Paleolithic to Neolithic, what are the changes happening? From stone tools to metals, metals to megaliths, how things have changed will be studied under prehistory. This is very important. Many people skip this. In the orientation, I am stressing on this topic. Many people don't consider prehistory as a topic. They look at it as something which is very, very fragmentary thing. In all the question papers, even in Andhra Pradesh, APPSC last held examination, I don't know what exactly, 2 or 1 or something, last held. 1. In prelims, they have asked a question, in which of the sites in Telangana they have recently found a rock art site. That is in Yadadri Bhuvanagiరి district. The question came in APPSC. Then tell me whether it is important or not. You will be losing 1 mark. 1 mark is your service is gone. Malli Ashok Nagar lo dirgalsindi inko 7. Is it not? So don't neglect the bits of the other state too, whether it is Andhra Pradesh or Telangana. Don't think that this is not AP, they will not ask. Especially APPSC, I am saying, in APPSC question paper, I was very, very glad to see many questions related to minute aspects of the recent discoveries of Telangana. Then you should be thorough with the latest discoveries. You are staying in Hyderabad. When you see the Telugu newspaper, you will find daily some or the other news you will be seeing. Be thorough with it. You will get a question. Remember. Same thing with TS. You have definitely one question on prehistory. Of course, in the latest group 1, they did not ask anything. But you should understand that you will get one question on prehistory. Something about megalith, something about discovery. One thing I want to make you sure that some people have a misconception that Sir is talking about archaeology when we are studying history. Am I right or wrong? If there is no archaeology, there is no history. If you don't dig, do you get evidence? If you don't have a site, will you talk about history? What is the capital of Magadha? Magadha capital. Vajji is also another Mahajanapada. Magadha is a Mahajanapada. Capital of Magad. Pataliputra. I say, no, not Pataliputra. I say Chennai, Chennapatna. Why? How do you support your argument? Thus, no, sir, Pataliputra is the capital. How will support? నేను అనుకుంటున్నా చెన్నై ఎందుకంటే మాకు దగ్గర నేను అనుకుంటే అవుతుందా చంద్రబాబు అనుకుంటే అమరావతి కావాలని కాలే జగన్ అనుకుంటే నువ్వు కావాలని అయితలేదు ఇంకా కాదా చెప్పండి వాట్ ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ ఐ మీన్ టు సే హౌ డు యూ సపోర్ట్ యువర్ ఆర్గ్యుమెంట్ దట్ పాట్లిపుత్ర ఇస్ అ క్యాపిటల్ యూ షుడ్ ఫైండ్ ద ఎవిడెన్స్ did we find the evidence of Pataliputra in Patna? Where? Yes అన్న పాపానికి ఆన్సర్ కూడా ఇవ్వాలి in Patna. What exactly is the site? This I am giving you a tough question, but you will get in the examinations. See, in all examinations, in all prelims, you have at least 5 questions which are very scholarly. What do you mean by scholarly? Rare questions. If you are thorough with it, then you can answer such questions. Or you should be more intelligent enough to eliminate the answer, then only you will come to. That is the thing. There is one excavation known as Kumrahar excavation. Kumrahar in Patna. They have found complete site of Magadhan capital. How do you get this information? Do you need to do MA archaeology and PhD in archaeology? No. When you talk about Patna, when you are free, don't look at the shots in YouTube. You can just type Patna, Magadhan capital. You can see Kumrahar. Did you get my point? That is how you get into service this time. Don't waste your time on YouTube on shots. Something you take some information and go to that. It is also a game-like thing. You will enjoy it thoroughly. I'm not asking you to read the material. I'm asking you to see the image. Did you get my point? That's it. For example, if I say Robert Bruce foot, what is the image of Robert Bruce foot you have in your mind? Everyone has their own image. If you Google, you can have a perfect image. That's it. You will never forget. What exactly is learning is, you should have imageries in your mind. Why people are forgetting history? You all studied history, no? Till 10th class. But you have studied. 10th kada? I don't think anyone is from the other streams. Till 10th class you have studied history. Why you people forgot? Can you tell me? Because you are focusing on MSET. Huh? Why? You haven't studied history as a living subject. You studied history as the dead subject. ఎప్పుడో అయిపోయిందని చదివారు. Then you don't have images. But you remember Bahubali, though it is past. What is this contradictory understanding you see? You see Bimbisara, you see all stupid stuff like Kartikeya. or some more stupid, latest one, that is the other one came. Virupaksha, more stupid. It is neither history nor mythology. It is just sheer black magic which we have to deny. And we go and throng to these things. These things we enjoy, we don't forget. But history we forget. Why? Why? Because you haven't created images when you study history. So this is the first important aspect in learning of history is whenever you are studying any subject, any topic in history, you should have your own screenplay and the full film on you in your mind about that particular topic. You will never forget. You can beat any history expert also if you have that imagery. So what you have to do is every subject, whenever you are studying, don't see history in words. See history in images. You have this. After every topic, you make a list of it. Keywords. See the images. You will never forget the topic. This is my assurance. If you prove me wrong, I'll be very happy, and I am sure that you can't. So this is the first thing, and if you want to get more marks, use Google Images and see whatever you have seen in this. Don't see again videos. Videos are more stupid. It will never allow you to think. And nowadays you have more videos with all what you call nonsense. Nonsense. Sheer nonsense videos are there. Someone says that Indian history is the only history we have since 5,000 years. And when we were doing all these things, the whole world was in the caves. I will come to this point in the next topic, okay? Right. So, we have talked about prehistory enough. Since this is the first topic, I have explained at a threadbare. What you have to study in prehistory is what exactly the conceptual aspect of prehistory. What are the things to be, what are the specific things and how you approach to prehistory. Is it clear? Now, I tell you one generalization for each and every topic, before and after. Before you study, you start the topic. What you do, this is a simple technique of your orientation. You are studying prehistory. How many pages will be there? For example, it is 6 pages. Don't start reading like this. You first go through these 6 pages. When you go through this, you find subheadings with bold letters or italics. See these things. Then you will get the understanding, oh, these are the things we are going to study. For every film, you got the trailer. You see the trailer, reviews, and go to the movie. But in subject, you don't see the trailer. You have to go through the subheadings first. Then you will understand, yeah, these are the things I am going to study. Then you start reading. After completion of that particular topic, close it. Not just your phone, not just your book, even your eyes. And just quick revision in your mind what exactly you have studied in this topic. That's it. You will never forget this principle. You please try to do it. Have you done this? How many have done this till now? Never used this technique. I challenge you that you will never forget for your life. Whatever I have studied history, I studied by 1990. I update every day, even today. Every second I update my history and understanding. I never forget, or I did not forget what I have studied in 1990s. 1985, 86, whatever I have studied, whatever I have seen, I never forgot. Next thing, I am giving you one important, what you call visual delight for understanding Indian history. How many of you can understand Hindi? Shah Rukh Khan film? I suggest you to see the videos with the title in YouTube. You have Bharat Ek Khoj. How many of you heard about it? In many classes I told. Bharat Ek Khoj. Have you heard about it? Bharat Ek Khoj is on YouTube. This is produced by Doordarshan in 1985-86. A great director Sham Benegal. Have you heard about Sham Benegal? ఎక్కడైనా మల్టిపుల్ చాయిస్ ఇయ్యాలా? ఏ గోవా, బి మహారాష్ట్ర, సి హైదరాబాద్, డి రోమ్. మహారాష్ట్ర, హైదరాబాద్. నిజాం కాలేజ్ స్టూడెంట్, one of the greatest directors of Indian film industry. This is the question it came in your last group 1 Tspsc. There was a sequence, 4 questions, 4 films and 5 directors. In this 5 attempted this time group 1, Jai Bolo Telangana, Matti Manishulu, Inkedi, Dorasani, then last one, ఇంకేదో ఇచ్చారు. సో దే గేవ్ 5 names, directors names. In that Sham Benegal name is there. Is it clear? TSPSC, remember, TSPSC question paper is very vibrant. Expect 1 question on a film. 1 question, సినిమాల మీద తప్పనిసరి ఉంటుంది. ఆల్ క్వశ్చన్ పేపర్స్ చూసి దీన్ని బట్టి ఎవరితో అవుతుంది మీకు? క్లాస్ అయిపోగానే సంధ్యాకో సుదర్శన్కో పోవాలని. Next topic, Indus Valley civilization. What is the essence of Indus Valley civilization? First urbanization of Indian subcontinent. This is the thorough answer. You have to make a statement. The first urbanization in Indian subcontinent. First urbanization in Indian subcontinent. Why I said first urbanization in Indian subcontinent? Because there are civilizations, other areas too. That is what just now I was talking about. If you see WhatsApp, what you will be seeing? They are saying that when we were doing all these things, the whole world was in caves. So we are Vishwagurus. This is the regular word we are listening. Vishwaguru, manam matrame. Manam goppolame. Kani manam matrame kaadu. We are great. But not only we are. Not just we. There are some contemporary civilizations along with Indus Valley civilization. What were the civilizations? Chinese, Mesopotamian, Egyptian, and Indus. If we understand this, we'll understand the history of the human beings, history of the human evolution. Is it clear? So it's not that something has happened in the Indus Valley suddenly and we became so great. No. This is the period when post-Neolithic phase, everything has a link. In prehistory, last stage is Neolithic. Okay? This Neolithic phase has given rise to, what do you call? Agriculture. This agriculture gave rise to settlements or settled life. What we call it as villages. What happened to these villages? Villages produced what? Em produces in village. One is agri-produce. Okay? Then second one is handicrafts and goods. Agriculture is not just agriculture. In Neolithic phase, we have, this is like the future classes of ancient India being told in one orientation. So I am giving you this link. From Neolithic period, you have this agricultural development. This agricultural development gave to settled life to, in this you have agricultural produce, handicrafts and goods like pottery. You produce, but where do you store? We store in parts, huge parts, different shapes of parts, so that you can store the goods. See, in previous periods where hunting is a major thing, we never stored. If we kill a bison, we will distribute. Either we go for 65, bison 65 or bison biryani, done. You can't store it. అంటే బిర్యానీ లేదనుకోండి, share and finished. But agriculture produce, you can't eat the whole grain immediately after cutting it. Okay, this season we have got this much, we'll eat now so that we'll be happy for next 6 months. No, you can't. So this has to be stored. Where do you store? Pottery is there. Water storage, liquid storage, agricultural goods storage, everything. Along with that, you have pottery. Okay. Apart from pottery, you have leather work. You have, what is this? Weaving. Weaving of cloths. Bamboo weaving. All these things developed. With this, what has happened? Agricultural produce, pottery, all these things. Now you have production. From hunting, food gathering, we have reached to a stage where we are now producers. If you are producing just for your sake, it will be finished. But you are producing more, what happens? It goes in exchange, because you can't produce everything. I can't produce whole food grains. I can't do all leather work. Everything I can't do. So some will be doing this, some will be doing this. So now it is the exchange of goods. Then we call it as trade. All these things, from village, it leads to a town. This town becomes a city. That is why we call it as urbanization. Is it clear now? If you understand the development of your economy or human life, human activity like this, you will see Indus Valley civilization as the culmination of all these activities. Otherwise, there will not be great baths or citadels or granaries or brick-made structures so that people were living. No beads to wear, no export, no dockyard. All these things became possible because of all these things pushing from one stage to the other stage of development. Is it clear? This is what we study from here to, that is, next is IVC. Is it clear? Any doubt till now? ఈ లింక్ ఎప్పుడన్నా అర్థం చేసుకున్నారా? హిస్టరీలో ఈ లింక్ ఉంటుందని తెలుసా? టాపిక్ ఉంటుంది. దాంట్లో ఏం చదవాలి? హరప్పాలో ఏమి దొరికాను అంటే 4 బొక్కలు 3 కట్టిటికలు. అంతే కదా. అట్లా అయిపోతే ఏమవుతుంది అంటే మనకు ఎల్లుండి మర్చిపోతాం. విల్ ఫర్గెట్. ఆఫ్టర్ యువర్ కంప్లీషన్ ఆఫ్ గ్రూప్ 2, అగైన్ సమ్ అదర్ నోటిఫికేషన్ గ్రూప్ 3 will come. Now you again start preparing for the same thing which you have done till now. It is what we are doing in a unscientific way. That is why this orientation should help you to understand at a conceptual level, to help you what exactly is Indus Valley. You have studied. That is first urban civilization, right? What are the important aspects you have to study in this is contemporariness. What do you mean by contemporariness? When you have Indus Valley here in Indian subcontinent, remember I am saying Indian subcontinent. Why I am saying Indian subcontinent? ఎందుకంటున్నాను దీన్ని ఇండియన్ సబ్ కాంటినెంట్ అని. ఏమైంది ఇది? ఆది పురుషులో హనుమాన్ సీట్ అంత ఎత్తుకున్నది. చలో, what do you mean by contemporariness? When Indus Valley is there in Indian subcontinent, what was happening in the other parts of the world? What do you mean by other parts of the world? Mesopotamia, Egyptian, Chinese, ఇంకా తెలుగులో సామెత ఉంది. In Telugu you have a proverb. ఇల్లలుకుతూ ఈగ తన పేరు మర్చిపోయిందంట. అర్థమైందా? ఇల్లలకు తీగ పేరు మర్చిపోవడం ఏంటి? వాట్ వాజ్ హ్యాపెనింగ్ ఇన్ యువర్ ఏరియా? ఇండస్ వ్యాలీ ఈజ్ కంప్లీట్లీ నార్త్ వెస్ట్ అండ్ నార్త్ వెస్ట్. వాట్ వాజ్ హ్యాపెనింగ్ ఇన్ సౌత్? హ్యావ్ యూ ఎవర్ థాట్ అబౌట్ ఇట్? ఏమైంది ఇండస్ వ్యాలీ జరుగుతున్నప్పుడు? వాట్ వాజ్ హ్యాపెనింగ్ ఇన్ తెలంగాణ ఆర్ ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్? యా, what is the period of Indus Valley? Let me roughly 3000, 2500 to 1900 BC. Some say 1500 BC. Anyway, okay, this range. In this you have these stages, 3 stages. What are the 3 stages in Indus Valley? Early phase, okay, early phase, mature phase, decline phase. Remember this principle. I was coming to Indus Valley via Neolithic period. Is it not? నేను డైరెక్ట్ ఇండస్ వ్యాలీకి రాలే. ఎందుకు చెప్పినా? ఇండస్ వ్యాలీకి వచ్చే ముందు వి వర్ ఇన్ నియోలిథిక్ పీరియడ్. అగ్రికల్చర్ ఉంది, గూడ్స్ ప్రొడక్షన్ ఉంది, టౌన్ వచ్చింది, సిటీ అయ్యింది. చిన్న టౌన్స్, కస్బా అంటాం, చిన్న ఊర్లు, రూరల్ ఏరియాస్. ఇఫ్ యూ గో టు ఎనీ రూరల్ ఏరియా, స్మాల్ విలేజ్, ఎస్పెషలీ ఇన్ ఫారెస్ట్ ఏరియాస్, village will be so small. How many houses will be there in a forest tribal hamlet? పార్టీ చాలా పెద్దది. మొన్న మారేడుమిల్లి నియోజకవర్గ ప్రజలు అన్న సినిమా వచ్చింది చూసా, ఇట్లు మీ మారేడి వరకు. హ్యావ్ యూ సీన్ దట్ ఫిలిం? షుడ్ వాచ్ దట్ ఫిల్మ్. షుడ్ వాచ్. వండర్ఫుల్ ఫిలిం. ఎన్నున్నాయి ఇండ్లు? 20-25 ఉంటాయి. If you see any tribal village, you don't have much. 25 is a big tribal hamlet. Again, after half kilometer, you'll have same 10 or 15. That is why the heroine will take ikkada 15, akkada 15, you'll see. These tribal hamlets don't have centers to trade. Again, they have to go to the smaller town where that man, Koteshwara Odostadu, that man will come, the trader will come and grab all the things from this forest area. That is a small town. These small towns and everything, you can see this early phase. Understand? For example, if you talk about one site in Indus Valley, Lothal. Vinnara? Lothal deggare, Lothal ku 20 kilometers untadi, 25. You have Rangapur. In Rangapur, you can see early phase and decline phase. What it did? Rangapur was the center where this Indus Valley was growing. And based on this development, again Lothal has stood up. And when Lothal is dying, Rangapur still continued as the sub-Indus phase and gradually disappeared. Did you get my point? I have shown you 2 towns, 2 sides of Indus Valley, very close to each other in Gujarat. These 2 sites are very close, Lothal and Rangapur. You don't see big structures in Rangapur and you see big structures in Lothal. So these things, if you understand, Indus is not just uniform. Indus has 3 phases. One is early. Early means growing phase. You don't see big structures there immediately. Second one is mature phase. You see the structures, great structures. Third one is sub-Indus. You might have seen Kartikeya. 2, not 1. In that hero, stupid man was saying, and Anupam Kher was saying, this is the, there you don't find any evidence of Krishna. What we found is a sub-Indus site, submerged site. In archaeological parlance, we call it as sub-Indus site. Is it clear? Now you infer it as Krishna site, I can't help it. but that was a sub-Indus site. That site got submerged in the sea. That is sub-Indus. And last sub-Indus site, important sub-Indus site you have to study is Daimabad. Have you heard about Daimabad? Where is it? Don't worry that you haven't listened. Are you listening for the first time? This is the introductory class. I am trying to take కాదు జస్ట్ చేయి పట్టుకుని గుంజుకోపోతున్నా క్లాస్లకు దేంట్లకు ఇండియన్ హిస్టరీకి. సో నీడ్ నాట్ వరీ అబౌట్ ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావెంట్ లిజన్, బట్ ట్రై టు బి యాక్టివ్లీ అండర్స్టాండింగ్ దీస్ థింగ్స్ వాట్ ఐఎమ్ టాకింగ్ టుడే. దైమాబాద్ ఇస్ ఇన్ మహారాష్ట్ర పూర్తి కింద, అండ్ దైమాబాద్ ఈస్ ఎ సబ్ ఇండస్ ఫేస్. Mohenjo-daro, Harappa, Lothal, all big sites, Rakhigarhi, everything is mature phase. And sub-Indus phases, yes, please. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Otherwise, don't murmur in the class because this is a big class, we'll get disturbed. You have notebooks? You write down and communicate if you want. I don't mind. But please, no sounds. This contemporariness and phases you have studied. Then specifics. Every site has some specificity. What do you mean by specificity? ప్రత్యేకత అంటే ఏమిటి? What do you mean by specificity? మీ పక్కన మీరు చెప్పండి. What do you mean by specificity of a site? Which site has an individual speciality? Tell me one site with one speciality. Site with a speciality. Mohenjo-daro. Enti. What is the speciality? Great bath. You did not find a great bath anywhere else. Only one site. It's a speciality. Dholavira? Anni chotla, chala chotla citadel. Citadel is there in many places. Absence. Okay. Inka? In 2019 or 20, civil services, the question was, Dholavira is important because water, what exact word? Correct, water drainage kaadu, water harvesting system. Water harvesting system. This is one question. Ayipindi oka mark dantlo undi. This time group 1, Telangana, they have asked, Harappans knew, they did not knew which of the following things. They have given 4 statements. Harappans chepal dinnaru, Harappans cinemalu chusinru, itla udaharana. Evo 4 ichi, out of these 4, which is wrong? Then you should understand, you should know that what exactly was the lifestyle of Harappans, food habits of Harappans. Is it clear? So you can come to the correct point, which is right and which is wrong. The derivation to the correct point. So every site has specificity. In Indus Valley, you have to understand the specificity. ప్రత్యేకతను గుర్తించాలి, గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాలి. Pin burial. Do you know what exactly is pin burial? అంటే ఏంటి? ఇద్దరిని ఒకే బొందలో పెట్టుడు. బొంద అంటాం. బొంద మీన్స్ burial. It's a Telugu word. Samadhi is stylish word. Bonda is normal word. Telangana ఆంధ్రాలో కూడా, ఆంధ్రాలో ఇంగ్లీష్ వాళ్ళు ఎక్కువ పాలించి బొంద పోయి సమాధి అయింటది. బొందను బొంద పెట్టారు ఇంగ్లీష్ వాళ్ళు. Pure Telugu words there are many, like this one. Twin burial means you have 2 skeletons. Which of the sites in Indus Valley has 2 skeletons? Who said Lothal? పర్లేదు, ధైర్యంగా చెప్పండి కరెక్ట్ ఆన్సర్. హూ సెడ్ లోతల్ అనగానే ఆ చేయి ఎత్తుతలేరు. రైట్. వాట్ ఈస్ ద సెకండ్ సైట్? షాలి? No, I did not get your point. Which site? Tell me, which is the biggest Indus Valley site in India today? Rakhigarhi. Have you heard about this? Which state do you have Rakhigarhi? Haryana. So Rocky Gadi has the twin burial again. Two dead bodies together. This is a specificity. You can be asked in combinations. Which of the following sites have twin burials? Lothal Rakigadi, B. Lothal Rangapur, C. Lothal Harappa, D. Kalibangan and Lothal. Then you should be knowing both the sites. Then only you can come to the correct answer. Right? This is what we call as specificity. And sometimes, especially AP I can't assure, but at TS I can say that they are selecting some advanced understanding, latest information too. For example, have you heard that in Indus Valley, at one site, they found bones of horse remains. What is the site? No, not Dolavira. Clue. This is written as at Surkatoda we found the horse remains. But now historians are disputing this. Said that these are not horse remains. These are the remains of wild ass. Wild ass ante Adavi Gadida. Adavi Gadida. Gadida Gurram structure similar kada. Bone structure similar kada dadapu. Now you see this dispute. You may get such questions in Tspsc. Not all. Out of 20 history questions, you have at least 2 or 3 most updated understanding of history. Dynamic understanding of history. Even AP, we have seen about sites very dynamic. Just 3 months back, Mona Japan Gada, Yadadri Bongiri Rockdi. That question, just within 2 months, it came in the question paper, Tspsc. AP also within 6 months, it came in the APPSC question paper. So you should study dynamically all these topics. All the recent things happening in Indus Valley, about Rakigadi, you are getting information. When you study the topic, along with that, you be updated with the modern or latest information on Rakigadi. That helps you, right? So this is about Indus Valley. The second topic in ancient history. Now, I am asking you a question. The first topic is, then what is this second topic? What do you call this? Is it prehistory or early history or history or medieval history? What do you mean by, what do you call it as? Medieval. Who said proto? What do you mean by proto history? Proto history. Here comes a new point. The first is prehistory, where you don't have written evidence. Now you have a written evidence. But the problem is not yet deciphered. The script hasn't been deciphered. Indus Valley script, there are nearly 30 versions of Indus Valley script till date. 30 people tried and came out with their synopsis. We came out with their conclusions that this is the thing, this is the thing. But nothing is finalized. You can't say thus this is 100% correct. This is the way we understand Indus, we can't say. So Indus Valley script is undeciphered till date satisfactorily. So what happens? You can't say what exactly is this. Other than that, there is a seal. For example, on this seal, there is a man with horns like thing. Itlati horns pettukunnadu, కూర్చున్నాడు. ఇక్కడ జంతువులు ఉన్నాయి, ఇక్కడ ఉన్నాయి, ఇక్కడ ఉన్నాయి, ఇక్కడ ఉన్నాయి. ఇక్కడ ఇండస్ స్క్రిప్ట్లు రాశాం. అవునా? ఇట్లే ఉంటుంది సీలు, దాదాపు ఇట్లే ఉంటుంది. You call it as Proto Shiva or Pashupati Mahadeva, and script is here and here. But you can't say Pashupati Mahadeva ledu. You can't read because it isn't discovered it. Who named it as Pashupati Mahadeva? Do you think these people called it as Pashupati Mahadeva? Manam pettukuna peradi. Mohenjo-daro means what? Mohenjo-daro means mound of the dead. Mound of the dead means there was a huge mound. If you dig it, you will see the skeletons. You will see a city. That is mound of the dead. Who named it as mound of the dead? Is it the Mohenjo-daro people? ఎవడన్నా వాని ఊరుకు శవాల దిబ్బా అని పేరు పెట్టుకుంటాడా? Can you imagine that your name, your village name, you will name it as this is a village of the dead. We are all zombies antada? No, this is not the mound of the dead. This name came in a later phase. Some people might have seen some skeletons and this mound something else, so they called it as mound of the dead. Mohenjo-daro will have something else, some other name during those days. Have you seen, what is this man? Hrithik Roshan's film Mohenjo-daro? In that film he says, Hum Mohenjo-daro ke log. Hey, what is this fun? You should name something else. Don't call it as Mohenjo-daro in Mohenjo-daro period. అర్థమైంది కదా, అది సమస్య. కాకపోతే మనకు అర్థం అయినా మీకోసం అని అట్లా పెట్టింది మోహన్జోదారో అని. ఏదో పేరు వేరేది పెట్టాలి కదా, ఆ ఊరి పేరు మహానగరంను ఏదో పెట్టాలి. మోహన్జోదారో అంటాడు వాడు. ఓకే, we called it as proto history because the script is in deciphered. You can't understand the script. Next phase is early history, where you have the script decoded. You have the script, you have the inscriptions, you have the edicts. You can understand what they are talking about, what they are saying, what they are delivering through this, what message they are delivering through these letters. Is it clear now? So prehistory, proto history and early history, these are the branches of ancient history. If you understand this nitty-gritty of ancient history, you will understand what exactly is happening in this period. Now the next question is, before going to the next topic, I am asking you a question. Why you called it as ancient history, this entire? Next phase is medieval history. What is medieval and what is ancient? What is the criteria for dividing ancient and medieval? Ancient ante evolutionary changes. Medieval, revolutionary changes. If it is evolution, the other should be revolutionary. Do you think it is because of the evolution or revolution we are calling it as medieval or ancient? One classification, one criteria is there, I tell you. What exactly is, from prehistory to last topic is Harsha. Harshavardhana is in 7th century. That is 600 and odd. We'll talk about the date later. Till then, what exactly we were having? This is pre-feudal India. Pre-feudal. What do you mean by feudalism? Feudalism. Landlordism. Land is concentrated in few hands, and majority of the people will be toiling on that, never working on that. Means the means of production will be in the hands of a few. That feudalism. Here the means of production is land. అర్థమైందా? So this pre-feudal, feudal, colonial. చూసిండ్రా ఇక్కడ క్లియర్? Pre-feudal is ancient, feudal is medieval, colonial is modern. ఇట్లా అర్థం చేసుకున్నారు ఎప్పుడైనా హిస్టరీని? ఇది అర్థమైపోతే హిస్టరీ వస్తుంది. This is what you have to understand history. Here we are talking about the relations, economic relations of the people. That is how we name the period. If we say it is colonial history, what is there here? What is the essential aspect of here, this period? Colonialism. Colonialism means some people coming from somewhere else in the name of trade, and making this as their colony. That is colonialism. Done. This is modern. This is feudal India is completely into medieval. Then pre-feudal is ancient. Then this is broad understanding. Of course, there is a late debate. If you study in detail something else, we can discuss things in a better way. If you understand this, this is the broad understanding of your Indian history, or Telangana history, or Andhra Pradesh history. Ante kada. AP history, Telangana history, Indian history lo parta kada. What do you call this history as? Regional history? What do you call this? Regional. మరి హర్ష ఎక్కడున్నాడు? వాడు ఉన్నది గింతే. దాన్ని ఇండియన్ హిస్టరీ అంటావు, ఇంత పెద్దదాన్ని రీజనల్ హిస్టరీ అన్నావు. శాతవాహన కింగ్డమ్ ఇస్ మచ్ లార్జర్ దాన్ హర్షాస్ టెరిటరీ. అవునా? But we still call it as Indian history, and this is regional history. That is the problem of Indian history. North centric, south centric kaadu. It is again another story. Let's come back sometime else in detail when we discuss. So understand these three categories to understand Indian history. So prehistory, IVC, and next is what is this? Vedic. Do you see it? This you call it as prehistory. This you are calling as Indus Valley civilization. Here you are naming it as Vedic culture. Why you are not calling as Vedic civilization? Did anyone call it as Vedic civilization? Nowadays people are saying Vedic civilization. That is a different story. But you don't have any town in Vedic period. All pastoral, rural. Pastoral or smaller habitations. Till 600 BC, urban to rural again. Urban towns disappeared. Disappeared means it did not evaporate. It dissolved. How they dissolve? People started leaving towns. Where did they go? ఎక్కడ పోయారు టౌన్స్ నుంచి? ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మోహన్జోదారో నుంచి పోయారు. ఎక్కడ పోయారు? ఎక్కడ పోయింటారు? ఇండియన్స్ అంతా అంటే ఎడిగిపోతున్నారు. ఎక్కడైతే పచ్చగా ఉంటుందో అక్కడ పోతారు. పచ్చగా ఏడుంది? అమెరికాలో ఉందనుకొని పోతున్నారు. అవునా? ఇన్ 80s coming to Hyderabad was a big thing from my Sangareddy town. Sangareddy is nearby. 50 కిలోమీటర్లు. ఉన్నారా ఎవరైనా ఇక్కడ దగ్గర వాళ్ళు? ఏ ఊరు మీది? జైరాబాద్ 100 కిలోమీటర్లు. నారాయణ ఖేడ్. నా సంగారెడ్డి. సంగారెడ్డి నుంచి ఇక్కడికి రానీకే 50 కిలోమీటర్లు. హైదరాబాద్కి వచ్చి ఇంటర్ డిగ్రీ చేయాలంటే అబ్బో అనిపించేది. ఎక్కడ పోతావు? హైదరాబాద్. దానికో స్ట్రగుల్. ఇప్పుడు పొద్దున్న లేచి అమెరికా వీసా ప్రయత్నాలే ఉన్నాయి. దొరకాలని చెప్పి బాలాజీకి కడతాం అప్లికేషన్ ఫామ్. అవునా కదా? చిలుకూరు పోయి. వాట్ ఈస్ దిస్? దిస్ ఈస్ ద ప్రాసెస్ ఆఫ్ మైగ్రేషన్. Migration. Why do you migrate? Why do you migrate? For a better livelihood. Indus Valley civilization was declining. You are not having the economic prosperity in the towns. So naturally what will happen? People will go to not another civilization here, because that civilization also cannot accommodate you. So automatically this came to rural. All the supporting areas. That is why you see the sub-Indus phase. నేను ఇందాక చెప్పాను, sub-Indus or decline phase. In decline phase you don't see big towns, but you see smaller settlements of Indus period. What has happened? From urban to rural disappearance or dissolving of the population has done. That is Indus period. At the same time, a new culture or new group of people came to the same area, or new group of people starting a new cultural trend that we call it as Vedic culture. Nowadays in your WhatsApp, you will be seeing lots of things on Vedic period. అవునా కదా, పొద్దున్న లేచి వస్తుంది. Vedic culture లో చాలా బాగుంది. Vedic culture is such a scientific culture. These sages are, what do you call? Sages are not simple sages. There is science in Vedas. Then recently Devaraju Maharaju, have you heard about Devaraju Maharaju? You should read him. He speaks science, history, and all those things in newspapers. He asks, if there is science in Vedas, you should call the priests as scientists, but you still call them as priests. అవునా కదా, వేదాల్లో సైన్స్ ఉంటే వాళ్ళు సైంటిస్టులు అయ్యేటోళ్ళు, ప్రీస్టులు ఎందుకు అయినరు? వేదాస్లో ఏముంది? ఎనీవన్, బీ ఓపెన్, యూ కెన్ డిబేట్ విత్ మీ, ఐ డోంట్ మైండ్. వే ఆఫ్ లైఫ్ ఎవరిది? People of which region? Again, the same region. Now we are talking about the conceptual aspects of Indus Valley, Vedic culture. Now we have to talk where this culture was developing or emerging. The same area where Indus was thriving, that is Indus ante Sindhuloya. Sindhu, what are the tributaries of Indus? Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Bias, Sutlej, Inka. These are the 5. Plus Indus, total 6. And there is another river which is contributing to Indus Valley civilization. No, not Ganga. Saraswati. What this Saraswati is known as? Ghagar Hakra. Ghagar Hakra. This Saraswati, according to the scientific data, it is disappeared. But what we call it as Ghagar Hakra, even today in Haryana, you have the traces of it. Haryana, there are through Yamuna Nagar, Kurukshetra, these are the districts. We have smaller streams with the same name. Ghagar is the name of a stream. So these streams together made this IVC. So total 7. So these 7 is again in Vedic culture, they have called it as Sapta Sindhu. Sapta Sindhu. Again, the same area where once Indus Valley thrived. You don't have anything to understand what they call this area. Sapta Sindhu annara, Hapta Hindu annara, evadi telod. Kani, malli Vedic culture ko vachetapatiki they are calling it as Sapta Sindhu region. And they have clear names of these Indus tributaries in their literature, like they have talked about one river known as Parushni. A river idi? Ravi. Ravi river was known as Parushni. Come to your Godavari in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. What is the other name for Godavari in ancient times? Telivaha. Krishna. Old name for Krishna in ancient literature. Kannabenna. Kannabenna. అదే కృష్ణవేణి అయింది. నారాయణ ఖేడోళ్ళు మన డిస్ట్రిక్ట్లో ఉన్నారు, చెప్పండి. మంజీరాకు పాత పేరు విన్నారా? వంజరా. వేంజేయర్ వంజరా. These are the old names. Such questions will come in your examination also. Remember, ఏది ఇది రాదు ఇది వస్తుందని అనకూడదు. And my understanding of the examination is whatever is there about that particular topic, all are eligible for your questions. You should prepare for such things, right? Right. Vedic culture is becoming important or thriving or emerging first Rigvedic period in 1500 BC in Sapta Sindhu region. This is known as Brahmavarta. Sapta Sindhu region, also known as Brahmavarta. Like this, the questions will come. Which among the following statements are true regarding Vedic period? A. Sapta Sindhu region was also known as Aryavarta. True or false? What is the name? Then what is Aryavarta? From Brahmavarta to Aryavarta, from Brahmavarta to Aryavarta, the Vedic culture has spread. From Sapta Sindhu to did you get my point here? This is Sapta Sindhu, that is Indus Valley region, that is known as Brahmavarta. And the migration or the spread, migration means not just they left that area and came here. They were there in Sapta Sindhu, but expanded Vedic culture in the next phase by 600 till 600 BC. This area, especially Upper Gangetic and Yamuna Valley, was completely having this Vedic culture. అర్థమైంది ఇప్పుడు? అప్పర్ గంగా యమున వ్యాలీ. ఇప్పుడు మీకు నాలెడ్జ్ ఏం కావాలి? హిస్టరీ కాదు. ఏం కావాలి? జాగ్రఫీ కావాలి. I used to tell this in every class orientation లో. If you want to study history thoroughly, you should know geography. Without knowing geography, you can't study history. Like this in one of the classes, వేరే డిగ్రీ కాలేజీలో, యూనివర్సిటీలో క్లాస్లో చెప్తూ, my class was next. Political science teacher was saying, teaching. I waited. Then I said, I'll sit in the classroom so that I can listen to you. He said, okay. He, after seeing me, because I teach history, he wanted to impress me. ఏం చెప్పిండు స్టూడెంట్స్కి? Unless and until you know history, you can't understand polity. Then he left. Then I went on to the dais. I said, unless and until you know geography, you can't understand history. Students parishan. వారిని ఒక్కటి చదవాలంటే 3 చదవాలి మేము. Why I said this? Tell me. Why this is important for you? If you don't understand geography broadly, you can't locate anything. I'll give you a word, for example. Okay, I'll write here. Can you see this word? Arika Medu. Where is this Arika Medu? Tamil Nadu, Pondicherry. Broadly, mere correct place where? No one said Punjab. What is the distance between Punjab and Tamil Nadu? Lot of distance. One is in north, one is complete southern peninsular region. Okay. When I said Arikamedu, your GPS is moving in this direction, going and stopping there. Otherwise, what will happen? You don't know what exactly is Arikamedu. For example, I give you one word. This exercise is very important to make you study well. What is that? Where is it? ఏడు ఉంటుంది ఇప్పుడు? ఇక్కడ ఇండియాలోనే, నాట్ మూవింగ్ అవుట్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా. సౌత్, నార్త్, నార్త్ ఈస్ట్. Who said Punjab? Are you sure? Sangol. Why it is popular? Fantastic. Impressed. Why it is popular? Sangol is a Buddhist stupa. Wonderful Buddhist stupa of Kushana period. Kanishka period. Huge stupa with 62 spokes, one big one, 18 spokes, small one. How do you know about this site? What's your name? Rohit Abhinav. How come you know about this site? Did you study in Punjab, lovely Punjab University, or what? Google now? Oh, బాప్రే. Anyway, sit. Good. You tried, it's good thing. But I thought you know. Anyway, why? Anyway, it's not the question whether he could know or not. Anyway, good attempt. Keep it up. But unfortunately, you are not allowed to take that phone with you in the examination hall. So why I ask this question? You don't know anything about this sort of name. So you can't locate it if you don't know the geographical understanding. Types of names. Types, there will be some names which are completely similar. Then you will locate it. For example, if you have Puram or these things, definitely it should be in south. Puram అని వచ్చిందంటే సౌత్ లోనే ఉంటుంది. You can't locate in north east. అయిపోయిందా? గడ్ వస్తుందంటే వెస్ట్ ఆర్ నార్త్. Clear. So this understanding is a broad understanding, but understanding the sites or understanding the places will help you to understand this. That is why now I am talking about Upper Ganga and Yamuna Valley, and I have talked about the geography. What do you mean by Upper Ganga, Yamuna Valley? Where is this Upper Ganga? Upper Ganga ante Ganga upper, lower, middle annam anko. Is it okay? I am doing it in a detailed way so that you will understand in a better way the next classes. If you are not okay with it, I will cut short and move. What are these two streams? Roughly. One is Ganga and Yamuna. Both are coming from which state? Uttarakhand or Himachal? A. Uttarakhand. B. Himachal. C. Both. బోత్ అని ఎంతమంది ఉన్నారు? అక్కడే జాగ్రఫీ వస్తుంది ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఎందుకంటే బోత్ కాదు, రెండు ఉత్తరాఖండ్. బోత్ ఆర్ కమింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ గడ్వాల్ హిమాలయాస్ ఫ్రమ్ ఉత్తరాఖండ్. అండ్ హియర్ దిస్ పోర్షన్ ఈస్ అప్పర్ Gangetic Valley, middle Gangetic Valley and lower Gangetic. Lower Gangetic is into Bengal, middle Gangetic is UP and Bihar, upper Gangetic is Delhi and UP part, western UP and upper part. That is upper Gangetic Valley. So this Vedic culture from Sapta Sindhu to upper Gangetic Valley, it has spread. This is what we are going to study here. Is it clear now? What exactly is Indus Valley? Indus Valley, what are the evidences for Indus Valley? Can you tell me? Evidences for Indus Valley. Chaptara? A. Literature. B. Archaeological remains. C. Mainly literature, a bit of archaeological remains. D. Equally archaeological and literary evidences. C. What is B? Means archaeological evidence. Vedic culture is mainly literary evidence, a less archaeological evidence. Why? See, it is not an urban culture. Vedic culture is a rural culture, pastoral culture mostly. After this Vedic culture, the topic you are going to study is, what is the topic you are going to study? You have this link here. Mahajanapadas and rise of Magadha. Okay. I have gone to this topic because I have to show you that Vedic culture is sandwiched between one urbanization and the other urbanization. Here, rise of Magadha is known as second urbanization, and Indus Valley is known as first urbanization. Understand? First and second urbanization. What is this second urbanization? Means Magadha, you have development of towns, a new kingdom. Kingdom is developing into an empire. By the time of Nandas, it grew as an empire. Samrajyam అయిపోయింది. మౌర్యాస్ వచ్చేటప్పటికి సామ్రాజ్యం రెడీగా ఉంది. Not just Rajyam, it is Samrajyam. Not just kingdom, it is an empire. Okay. So this second urbanization and first urbanization, in between you have Vedic culture. In our understanding till date, we have found archaeological remains of the rural settlements of Vedic period. Archaeological settlements, rural, basic, till date. One important settlement is, the latest one is in UP, Mahabharata excavation antunnaru ippudu. Have you heard about it? Edi? What is the site? Can you tell me? This is a question you may get in the next 2 years, guarantee. Isar raavachu. Next 2 years li question guarantee ki vastadi. Edo oka exam lo teeskoni rasista. Paper leak. What is this? Sinoli or Sanoli, both are written. Is an excavation done by ASI, Archaeological Survey of India, and there they found chariot type structures, mace, gadalantidi, arrows, all these things in Bagpat district, 100 kilometers from Delhi, that is western UP, and this is, they call it as Mahabharata excavation. అంటే మహాభారత డేటింగ్ ఎప్పటికి వస్తున్నది? అది 1000 BC అరౌండ్ వస్తుంది అంతే. పోస్ట్ ఇండస్ వ్యాలీ అవుతుంది. ఇది ఒక థియరీ. But here what we have to understand is, this Vedic culture is mainly rural, and whatever information we have got is through literature. So when we talk about Vedic literature, we are talking about what are the literary things we are talking about? Vedas. How many? ఏవేవి? అమ్మయ్య, అందరు వేదాలు చదివేసారు. ఇది మాత్రం అందరికి తెలుసు. 4 వేదాస్. ఏదేది? ఋగ్వేద, యజుర్వేద, సామవేద, అథర్వవేద. Now a question is, అథర్వవేద క్యారెక్టర్ ఏంటి? వాట్ ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ ఇస్ ద క్యారెక్టరిస్టిక్ ఆఫ్ అథర్వవేద? ఇప్పుడు చెప్పండి అర్చి అందరు. What is Atharvaveda? Atharvaveda is essentially a non-Vedic character. Means it is Vedic period, but a mixture of non-Vedic cultural aspects. Which is non-Vedic means Dravidian and local cultures, charms, black magic, all these things enter into Atharvaveda, that is 4th Veda. Why I have talked about 4th Veda or leaving the 1st Veda? Because we will be studying it in sequence when we study in the classroom. But here, what is a question? What you call potential question I am talking about. Potential question. What is Atharva Veda all about? Then you should be thorough with this. Otherwise, you will lose a mark. They will not give you a direct question answer also. They will give you 4 probable things. Remember, why I am saying this is, your competitive examination is not just blackening the things. Knowing 4 answers, right or wrong for the one question. So, in the process of attempting the question paper, for example, your question paper is how many marks? 150 అనుకోండి. How many questions you are attempting? 600. అవునా కదా? 1 into 4. Previous cancelled group 1. How many of you have attempted? How was it? Tough or easy? నేను మొన్న సాల్వ్ చేసిన. నేను ముందు హిస్టరీ చేసిన, బట్ నేను మొన్న కూర్చొని మొత్తం నేను చేసిన. మెంటల్ యాప్టిట్యూడ్ ఏంది, మిగతాది ఏంది, ఎంత ఈజీగా ఇచ్చారు. టఫ్ కానే కాదు పేపర్. పేపర్ ఈజ్ నాట్ ఎట్ ఆల్ టఫ్. Questions are direct questions. Do you know that? Many questions, when they gave multiple answers A, B, C, D, if you know one is enough, you can find out the answer, correct answer. But civil services, it is not like that. సివిల్ సర్వీసెస్ లో నీకు కనీసం 2 3 కరెక్ట్ అయితే తప్ప కరెక్ట్ ఆన్సర్ రాదు. బట్ ఇన్ గ్రూప్ 1 క్యాన్సల్డ్ క్వశ్చన్ పేపర్, ద క్వశ్చన్ పేపర్ ఇస్ సో ఈజీ. ఐ యూస్ టు థింక్ దట్ ఇట్ ఈస్ టఫ్. నవ్ ఐ సే దట్ ఇట్స్ ఈజీ, ఇంక్లూడింగ్ మెంటల్ అబిలిటీ, ఇన్ విచ్ ఐ డోంట్ హ్యావ్ ఎనీ కేపబిలిటీ. నాకు మెంటల్ అబిలిటీనే లేదు. నిజం, ఎప్పుడో 90s లో చేసినా మళ్ళీ నేను చేయలే. మొన్న పేపర్ చూస్తే వారు నీకు ఇంత ఈజీ మెంటల్ అబిలిటీ అనిపించింది. ప్రాబ్లం ఎక్కడుంది తెలుసా? వాట్ వాజ్ ద ప్రాబ్లం విత్ యువర్ క్వశ్చన్ పేపర్? టైమ్ మేనేజ్మెంట్. అండర్స్టాండింగ్ ద క్వశ్చన్ టుక్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ టైమ్. That is where most of the people failed, and you thought that it is a tough question paper. It is not a tough question paper. Many questions are straight answers, especially history are straight answers, not even twisted, not even thoroughly questioned. So be prepared in this way. Anyway, culture, Vedas, we are talking about 4 Vedas. Next, what are the things? We call it as Vedic literature, but you can't give break, because Indian history is not having any breaks. They said for 2 hours, because since the live session, you ask him. If you want, I can give. You call him. Call him. I don't mind. Asking for a break. No break. Inko half an hour. A live session, bear with it. Okay? Since we have completed most of the things, the next periods, next things are very simple, not complex like the earlier topics. Yeah. Vedic culture, you have Vedic literature starting from Vedas to epics. In between you have Puranas, Upanishads, Brahmanas, Aranyakas, Upavedas, Vedangas, all those things. Through this Vedic literature, we are going to study Vedic culture. That's it. In this, every point is important, because here you have lots of points to remember. That is Vedic culture. Is it clear? Next, Mahajanapadas. How many Mahajanapadas were there in ancient India? How many were in south? Name? Asmaka or Bodhana? Asmaka, not Asaka. Asmaka, Asaka, Ashwaka, Ahimaka, all these names are related to the same Mahajanapada. Different sources named it as different, including Ahimaka. This is the latest information. Take this. Ahimaka. In Mokkatraupeta inscription, they have talked it as Ahimaka, Ashwaka or Ahimaka. So these Mahajanapadas are important in ancient India, because these Mahajanapadas are taking you to the next phase of Indian history, that is the empires, that is Magadha or Gupta period. These Mahajanapadas, 16, developing into kingdoms, kingdoms flowing into empire. In this topic Mahajanapadas, we have one thing to be specific: capitals, regions, and Mahajanapadas. This is the only thing which will be asked. Ardhainda? Capitals. For example, what was the capital of Anga Mahajanapada? Champa. Which state? Antena? ఎక్కడ రీజన్? ఏదైనా టౌన్ ఉందా దగ్గర? భాగల్పూర్. ఓకే, అంత స్పెసిఫిక్గా పోయింది ఆమె. ఈస్ట్ బీహార్ అంది. ఎందుకంటే ఈస్ట్ నుంచి పక్కకు వస్తే మగధ వస్తుంది. మగధ ఏం చేసింది? చంపని తినేసింది. చంపని తినేస్తే మగధ పెద్దగైంది. సో దీస్ మహాజనపదాస్ gradually becoming kingdoms, and in this process Magadha becoming an empire is the thing we are going to study in this topic. This topic is a small one. Chapter chinnadi, కానీ దీంట్లో ఉన్నదేంటి, యూ హ్యావ్ టు రిమెంబర్ ద నేమ్స్ ఆఫ్ ద మహాజనపదాస్, క్యాపిటల్స్ అండ్ ద రీజన్ వేర్ దీస్ ఆర్ లొకేటెడ్. ఆన్ విచ్ రివర్ అస్సక మహాజనపద ఇస్ located, in which river valley, what is the capital of Godavari, capital of Asmaka, Bodan ఏ river, బోధన్ వాళ్ళు ఉన్నారు ఎవరైనా, నిజామాబాద్, కామారెడ్డి, బోధన్ ఆమెనా, ఏది కామారెడ్డి, ఏ నది ఉంది మీ డిస్ట్రిక్ట్లో, మీ డిస్ట్రిక్ట్లో ఏ నది ఉంది, గోదావరి ఉందా, ఏముంది, మంజీరానా గోదావరి, మంజీరా. బోధన్ ఈజ్ లొకేటెడ్ ఆన్ రివర్ మంజీరా, నాట్ గోదావరి, రిమెంబర్. ఇఫ్ ఎట్ ఆల్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు గో టు గోదావరి, యూ హ్యావ్ టు go 30 kilometers, then you reach Godavari. Bodhan is located on Manjira. Now what is this? Godavari ante Godavari and Manjira is one and the same. Manjira is the tributary of Godavari, so we call it as Godavari Valley. Remember? So river valleys, capitals, places, regions are important in this Mahajanapada topic. Done? Now next topic is Magad. In this, what we are going to study is how this rose. Then these are the important ones. Rise of Magad. Rise of Magad. Why Magad only should rise? Why not some other realm? Now in this topic you will be reading or you will be studying what are the characteristics of Magad, because of which Magad becomes so powerful. అర్థమైందా? Magad ఎందుకు పవర్ఫుల్ గా మారింది, కారణాలు ఏంటి? న్యాచురల్ రిసోర్సెస్ ఛత్తీస్గఢ్ లో కూడా ఉన్నాయి. ప్యాట్రియార్కీ, దేశం మొత్తం మీద ఎక్కడెక్కడ అర్బనైజేషన్, దేర్ యూ హ్యావ్ ప్యాట్రియార్కీ. Because by this time patriarchy is the system. Matriarchy is gone. Matrimonial alliances are also done in different areas also. Not just that. Natural resources and strategic location. Locational advantage should be there. Apart from apart from natural resources, human resources, strategic location, productivity of the area, all these things count. Productivity of the area. Though at places you have natural resources, but you can't have productivity because there is no delta region. This Magad is having lot of Gangetic delta region where productivity is there. So this could help the region to grow. Okay. Anyway, we'll detailed study, we'll have it in the classroom. This Magad has developed rise of Magadha as one of the Janapada. Along with all these reasons, they have engulfed and తెలుసు కదా, మింగేయడం, the other Mahajanapadas, other things nearby, where republics were there, Lichavi, Vajji, these are all republics. These republics were taken away by Magad. One, they have taken Kashi, Kosala, Ujjaini. Understand? Like that, Magad grew as an empire. In this, you have dynasties. What is the first dynasty you are talking about in Indian history? This is a question. First known dynasty, Hadyanka, ruled which area? Magadha. Haryanka to modalai. Last popular dynasty ruled in Magad. Last big dynasty ruled Magad. Listen to my question. Last big dynasty ruled Magad. Nanda Tarvata Magad, Mauryas are there from Magad. Mauryas also from same area. Empire. I am asking which are the dynasties. Dynasties. Which dynasty ruled Magad? Last big dynasty which ruled Magad. This is analytical question. Did you get my point? Analytical means what? If you don't understand history, the whole happening, you can't answer this question. బిట్స్ చదివితే బిట్ గుర్తుంటుంది, కానీ బిట్లన్నీ కలిస్తే వచ్చే సారాంశం. సో ఏ మగధ్, లిసన్ టు ద క్వశ్చన్ ప్లీజ్. విచ్ బిగ్ డైనాసిటీ వాజ్ ద లాస్ట్ వన్ టు రూల్ మగధ్? ఏ మౌర్య, బి కణ్వ, సి గుప్తా, డి ప్రతిహార. Gupta is the correct answer. After Mauryas, Shungas and Kanvas also ruled. But again, the same area was brought back to one empire level by Guptas. Understand? చదివినప్పుడేమో మహాజనపదాలో లాస్ట్ కణ్వాతో ఎండ్ అయిపోతుంది. గుప్తా అనే చాప్టర్ వేరు, కానీ అందరూ అనుకుంటారు ఓహో గుప్తా అంటే వేరే ఏరియా. గుప్తాస్ ఆర్ ద పీపుల్ దోస్ హూ కేమ్ అగైన్ ద సేమ్ ఏరియా. Bihar, UP, same region was ruled by them. Patliputra is becoming one of the important center of Guptas. Bihar was one of the important area of Gupta, same area. Is it clear? So like that, after this in Magadha, you study what are the dynasties. You have to remember these dynasties. She was talking about periods, genealogy, chronology, where we are talking about genealogy from Haryanka. After Haryanka, who are coming? Shishunaga. Then Nanda, then Maurya, then Shunga, then Kanva. After Kanva and Shunga, there is a gap. And finally, Guptas came in the 4th century, much later. In between, you have Kushans also coming up to this region. Kanishka came up to this region. Okay? Right. Next is, the important topic in this is Mauryas. Under Mauryas, you will have bits. Who came to south? Which Maurya king came to south? Maurya emperor came to south. Chandragupta? Where? Belgama? Shravana Belagolana? Okay. Itlati bits untai. Then, again, in the same period, you have another topic. New religions rose during this period. Which one? During this period. Jainism, Buddhism. Lots of things are there to understand in this point. You have a definite question in Buddhism. One question in Buddhism, they say it's a phenomena. This time in group 1, Tspsc, no question on Buddhism came. Because it's a jumbling, no? Missed. But civil services or any other examination, one question will be there on Buddhism without fail. Remember, that is why you should be thorough with all the aspects of Buddhism. What is Triratna? Triratna. What are the Triratnas in Buddhism? Trisharana or Triratna? Buddham Sharanam Gacchami. The last one. The question will be, among the following, which is not a Triratna? Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, trade. Lekapothe Vanija. Vanija is not the correct one. Trisharana. అంటే నేను రఫ్గా ఇచ్చాను, ఇంత స్టూపిడ్గా ఉండదు క్వశ్చన్. నాకు తోచి చెప్పి నేను ట్రేడ్ అని, కానీ మంచిదే ఉంటుంది టఫ్ క్వశ్చన్. రిమెంబర్ దీస్ థింగ్స్, రైట్? సో ఇన్ మగధ అగైన్ యూ హ్యావ్ మౌర్యాస్. Ashoka is a big topic again under Mauryas. Ashokan rock edicts is the most probable question in your examination. Of course, Ashokan rock edicts. Can you name any rock edict? Nearby? Nearby. ఏదో ఒకటి, మీ దగ్గరలో ఏదో ఒక రాక్ ఎడిక్ట్ చెప్పండి. నియర్ బై టు తెలంగాణ అండ్ ఆంధ్ర, అంతదాకా పోకు. ఇంకా దగ్గర ఎర్రగుడి ఇన్ కర్నూల్. Have you heard about it? Erragudi, Kurnool has an Ashokan rock edict. Edict ante శాసనం. Erragudi, Kurnool. ఇది క్వశ్చన్. ఇంకో క్వశ్చన్ ఉంది, అశోకుడి విగ్రహం ఎక్కడ ఉందా? హ్యావ్ యూ సీన్ ద స్కల్ప్చర్ ఆఫ్ అశోక? ఇది చాలా రేర్ క్వశ్చన్. ఆల్రెడీ బుక్స్ లో ఉంది కాబట్టి ఇప్పటిదాకా అడగలే. అడిగితే మాత్రం రాయాల. In Kanaganahalli in Karnataka, we have the sculpture where a king and his queen was standing, and below that it is written as Raya Ashoka in Kanaganahalli. Kanaganahalli. Raskunte. Kanaganahalli. This is all part of your orientation. Kanaganahalli. Why this orientation means be prepared for tough or rare questions. ఇది తెలియదు కదా మీకు, ఎక్కడన్నా బుక్స్లో కూడా దొరకడు కష్టం. బిట్స్ వస్తాయి చూడు పొద్దున్న లేచి, దీంట్లో వాట్సాప్లల్లా టెస్ట్ సిరీస్లల్లా ఇట్లాంటి క్వశ్చన్స్ తక్కువ వస్తుంది. ఇఫ్ ఎట్ ఆల్ దే ఆర్ గివింగ్ ఆల్సో, దే విల్ నాట్ సే వాట్ ఈస్ రిటర్న్ ఆన్ దట్ స్కల్ప్చర్. I haven't seen till date what exactly was written on the sculpture in any of the questions or the matter. It is written as Raya Ashoka. Raya Ashoka. After looking at it, we understood that, yeah, this is the first evidence of Ashokan sculpture, Ashoka period. Kanaganahalli is in Karnataka. Sannati and Kanaganahalli, both are twin towns in Karnataka. తెలుసా మీకు? చూసారా, విన్నారా? అదే ఏదో ఒకటి చేయాలి, రైట్? నా దీస్ ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్స్, షీ సెడ్ yes. So definitely it's a good thing. We should be listening to many things. Now next is religions, Jainism, Buddhism, all the bits you have to understand. There are number of bits in Jainism and Buddhism. Number of bits. In which state a Buddhist theme park is now established and open for public? Which state biggest Buddhist theme park? Which state biggest Buddhist theme park is open in 2023, 2022 or 3 latest? A. Andhra Pradesh, B. Bihar, C. Uttar Pradesh, D. Telangana. ఎక్కడా? బీహార్. ఇదే చూడండి, మీరు కనగనహళ్ళి తెలుసు, లోతల్ తెలుసు, రాఖీగడి తెలుసు, తెలంగాణ తెలియదు. ఇన్ తెలంగాణ నాగార్జున సాగర్ దెర్ ఈస్ బుద్ధవనం, బిగ్గెస్ట్ థీమ్ పార్క్. మీరు బుద్ధవనం కొట్టుకొని చూస్తే తెలుస్తుంది, గ్రేట్ థీమ్ పార్క్. అది బిగ్గెస్ట్ 260 acres లో ఉంది థీమ్ పార్క్, బిగ్గెస్ట్ థీమ్ పార్క్. ఇది క్వశ్చన్. నౌ do you think this is part of your syllabus or not? Yes, we call it as dynamic questions. Buddha's first sermon was given at Buddha's first sermon, Saranath. This is a static question. Even if you ask after 20 years, this will be the same answer. Till then, if you don't get any evidence further. But Buddhavanam is a dynamic question. For this, you should relate your understanding of history with the current affairs knowledge. అర్థమైందా? ఇది గుర్తుపెట్టుకుంటే మీకు గ్రూప్ 2లో వస్తుంది. అది నెక్స్ట్. After this, Ashoka, I said you should be reading all the edicts. Generally, what are the important edicts of Ashoka? How many edicts are there? అంటే ఎన్ని 13 శాసనాలు వేయించాడా? హౌ మెనీ ప్లేసెస్ యూ హ్యావ్ అశోకన్ ఎడిక్ట్స్? హండ్రెడ్స్, థౌజండ్స్, టెన్స్ ఆర్ 13? 100s places లో ఉన్నాయి. All the edicts were classified into 13 types. Understand? Every edict, every shasanam, every edict means inscription, is classified into one particular thing. That is how, that is known as edicts. 13 edicts, 13 కింద ఉన్నాయి. Then Ashokan pillars. Pillars అంటే అవి stupas. We are talking about this 86,000 is stupas. Ashoka excavated 7 stupas of Buddha's relics and distributed among 86,000 అని చెప్పేసి ఉంది all over the Indian subcontinent. So Ashoka constructed 86,000 stupas. But edicts are different from stupas. Stupas are Buddhist structures. Edicts are shasanalu. Ashoka giving orders to the people or the officials, do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that. That is edict. Okay? Shasanalu. So with this, we have finished up to Magad. After Magad, there is a topic, not many questions will come, that is ఎన్నో నంబర్ ఇది? Invasions from northwest. Invasions or incursions from northwest. Many new groupings, new hordes, new kingdoms or even empires entered into Indian subcontinent from northwest. Like first is Persia in 6th century itself. Persians came first. It did not have much impact left. Then came Alexander. Alexander is one, he came. But post Alexander, we call it as Indo-Greeks or Bactrian Greeks. Okay? Bactrian Greeks. Indo-Greeks or Bactrian Greeks. Means these are not the Greeks. Of course, they are Greeks. But settled in not India. In Central Asia, Northwest, Kabul to Iraq, in different areas, the people who came with Alexander settled and ruling. These groups are known as Indo-Greeks. Okay? Or Bactrian Greeks. Bactria is an area. Based on that Bactria, they are known as Bactrian Greeks. Next is Shekas or Scythian, then Parthian, then Kushan. Done? These are all smaller topics, but you have some bits in this. Especially, for example, if you have the Kushan period, what are the questions you may get? You may get questions about great Kushan ruler Kanishka. Great Kushan ruler Kanishka, or the literature of Kanishka period. There was a great Buddhist scholar. He was a patron of Buddhism. Buddhist scholars of this period, or Buddhist scholars before this. Who is this man? Milinda. Milinda. Winnera? Milinda Panho means questions of Milinda. Milinda's Buddhist teacher was Nagasena. Milinda is one such. I am not going into details of it. వీటిలో ఒకడు ఎక్కడ మీరు చూడాలి, ఇంటికి పోయి చూడాలని చెప్పేసి చెప్తున్నా ఆపాను. Milinda belongs to which dynasty? This is your homework. Milinda, or he is known as Menander. Menander became Milinda. Menander became Milinda. Okay, right. So after this, next topic. This is northwest. Then come Guptas and Harsha. These are the last two topics. Guptas. Again, there is a gap between Mauryan, Shunga, Kanva, Gupta. But again, Guptas are making a huge impact in this region, in the same region. Which region? Gangetic Valley. Guptas started from Kaushambi region. Kaushambi, I am consciously leaving some words before you. Where is Kaushambi? Kaushambi is near A, Pataliputra or Patna, B, Meerut or Ahichatra, C, Allahabad or Prayagraj, D, Hyderabad. హైదరాబాద్, దీనికి ఇంకో పేరు లేదు, భాగ్యనగర్ లేదు, అలహాబాద్, Kaushambi. Sure? How many of you can say that? Kaushambi. Correct? Kaushambi is Allahabad. ఇక్కడ మీరు ఏం చేసారు తెలుసా, మీరు పాటలీపుత్ర మగ దగ్గర వెతుక్కున్నారు లాజిక్, అప్పుడు అలహాబాద్ వచ్చారు, హైదరాబాద్ కాదేటు. ఐచిత్ర మీరేటంటే కొద్ది దూరంగా అనిపిస్తున్నది, పాట్నాకు దగ్గర ఏమున్నది, అలహాబాదే ఉన్నది, 200 kilometers, 4-hour జర్నీ. అలహాబాద్ ఈజ్ త్రివేణి సంగం. వాట్ ఆర్ ద రివర్స్ యు సీ అలహాబాద్? త్రివేణి. ఎవరా వేణులు? ఒకటి గంగా, 2 యమున, 3 ఎక్కడుంది సరస్వతి? Saraswati is called as Antarvahini. Antarvahini, you can't see Saraswati. But if you go to Allahabad, you can see 2 rivers meeting. That is Sangam area antar. Right. So this is the place where Gupta started their rule, gradually captured the entire area of North India. But remember, Gupta kingdom, they came up to south. They have captured lots of things in northwest also, but a little less than Ashokan kingdom. Ashokan period, Mauryan empire was much bigger than a Samudragupta period. A little, not much difference, but definitely a small difference. But this is again an important period. In Samudragupta period, the empire was built in India, and this period is known as Guptas. Under Guptas, what you have to study is, one is Guptan polity. Polity means who are the important Gupta kings, what were their achievements. This can be asked. Number 2, their coins. స్వర్ణయుగం అన్నారు కాబట్టి వస్తుందని కాదు, కాయిన్స్ మీద సమ్ స్పెసిఫిసిటీ ఉంది. లైక్ వన్ కింగ్ హ్యాస్ హిస్ వైఫ్స్ పిక్చర్ మింటెడ్ ఆన్ డస్ట్. హూ వాస్ ద కింగ్? వాట్స్ హర్ నేమ్? లీవింగ్ ద క్వశ్చన్ టు యూ ఫర్ homework. A king was playing a musical instrument depicted on coin, again Gupta period. This is a question, this sort of questions will come. Okay. Then apart from that, Gupta period, you have lots of literature. What literature do you have? Sanskrit literature. Okay. For example, who was the most famous Sanskrit poet of India who was living during the period of Guptas, under Gupta kingdom? Famous Sanskrit poet. Yavaru? Do you know any Sanskrit poet? Samskrita Kavi Yavadaina Telsa. I hope you people have studied Sanskrit as your second language and got 100 marks. ఇంతసేపు కష్టపడాల్సి వచ్చింది. కాళిదాసు ఆత్మ ఘోషిస్తున్నది అక్కడ, అందుకే శాకుంతలం ఫెయిల్ అయింది. అరే, కాళిదాస ఇస్ ద మోస్ట్ పాపులర్ డ్రామాటిస్ట్ ఆర్ సంస్కృత్ రైటర్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ టైమ్స్. అవునా? ఏమేమి రాశాడు సార్? రాసిన ఏమేమి చెప్తారా? అభిజ్ఞాన శాకుంతలం, ఇంకా ఓ మస్తు రాసిండు అన్నారు, ఒక్క దగ్గర ఆగిండ్రు. మేఘ సందేశం, మేఘదూతం, అది సందేశం కంటే నోన్ యాజ్ మేఘదూతం. ఇంకా ఋతు సంహారం, ఇంకా మాళవికాగ్నిమిత్రం, ఊర్వశి విక్రమోర్వశీయం, రఘువంశం. ఎన్ని చెప్పినాం? ఇవన్నీ చదువుకుంటే ఇవన్నీ గుర్తు. యూ షుడ్ రిమెంబర్ ఆల్ దీస్. ద క్వశ్చన్ మైట్ కమ్, which among the following is not written by Kalidasa? అర్థమైంది ఇప్పుడు? And in that answer I see Mruchakatikam. Now tell me who wrote Mruchakatikam. Again same period, a little before Gupta period actually, Shatavahana period, 1st century AD. Mruchakatikam was written by, no option. A, all of the below, none of the above. Tell me. ఎంత ఆప్షన్స్ అలవాటు పడ్డారంటే మీ పేరు అడిగినా 4 ఆప్షన్లు ఇవ్వని అడుగుతారు. శూద్రక మహాకవి. రిమెంబర్ దిస్. శూద్రక మహాకవి has written Ruchakatikam, one of the foremost important plays, PLAC, PLAYS, not PLACE. Play అంటే నాటకం. Important play or important writings of these periods you should remember. Okay. So In Gupta period, important are kings and their achievements. Second is cultural aspects. Then numismatic aspects. Numismatic, what do you mean by numismatics? Study of coins. Okay. And administration. These are the questions asked in Gupta period. Is it clear? Now come to the last topic. And again, in between there is a Pitakatha. Huns came to India during this period. Huns came to Indian subcontinent during Gupta period and gradually settled in this area. Remember this because this has a link in your medieval Indian history. Huns coming in this period. Name one important university built during Gupta period. Important university built during Gupta period. Nalanda. Nalanda is the important university. Nalanda was not built during Maurya. Nalanda came into existence during Gupta period. Tspsc was there in 5th century, 6th century also. Tspsc is in which country? Pakistan. Even today they are doing excavations there. Tspsc excavations are there. Wonderful, what you call, excavations still being done in Pakistan. What we feel, what we think is in Pakistan everyone is a terrorist. అంతే కదా మనకుంది. పాకిస్తాన్ అంటే అందరూ కత్తులు పట్టుకొని ఎప్పుడు ఇండియా దిక్కు చూస్తుంటారని. అక్కడ కూడా మనలాంటి యూనివర్సిటీస్ ఉన్నాయి. అక్కడ హిస్టరీ చదివేటోళ్ళు ఉన్నారు, ఆర్కియాలజీ ఉన్నారు. తక్షశిల ఎక్స్కవేషన్స్ ఆర్ బీయింగ్ డన్. యూ గూగుల్, యూ విల్ సీ 2022 excavation reports are there. Takshashila, you can see the images. Okay. And last one is, who is the last one? Yes, please be patient. We are concluding. Harsha. Harsha belonged to which dynasty? Vardhana, because of the tag, they are calling as Vardhana dynasty. Pushyabhuti dynasty. Pushyabhuti. See, remember, every period leaves some legacy. Yes, please. Last benches. Last benches. Just be patient. Last few minutes. If you murmur among yourself, it will be disturbing. Pushyabhuti. Pushyabhuti is a small dynasty. Small dynasty. Emerging as powerful in the last phase of Guptas. See, every period begets. Begets ante enti? Puttistadi, kantadi. It begets a new thing. In the last phase of Guptas, a new dynasties, smaller dynasties came to power in some smaller centers. Like at Kanauj, one dynasty came. What is that dynasty? You should tell me in the afternoon. Pushyabhuti is one which is coming in North India nearby Ganga. Sorry, nearby Yamuna. Yamuna is closest to place. Have you heard Kurukshetra? Where is it? Which state? Haryana. Kurukshetra is famous for NIT. Mahabharata war. Kurukshetra is a place where there is another town attached like Hyderabad, Secunderabad. There is a town known as Thanesar. 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 Or Thaneshwar, Sanskrit. In Thanesar, you have Harshavardhan ka Tilla. Harsha's fort is there. Harshudu kattina kota undi ippatiki still. Stables. What do you mean by stable? Stable means settled. Constructed stables annan. What do you mean by stables here? Gods. Housing of horses. Yeah, horses. Stable is for horses. Horse. గుర్రానికి నీళ్లు దాపే కట్టుంటాయి తొట్లు, నీళ్ల తొట్లు, గుర్రానికి నీళ్లు దాపేవి. Stables are there of Harsha period. Fort is there. Harsha period fort. This is known as Thaneshwar. Harsha's kingdom started from Haryana's Thanesar, expanded up to Kanyakubja in Uttar Pradesh. Kanyakubja's other name is Kannauj. That is in Uttar Pradesh. So this is the period, actually post Gupta, they have expanded from Haryana to Uttar Pradesh and tried to develop into much a larger area. And unfortunately for Harsha, he tried to come to south, but there was a man standing here in south, and his name was, who stopped him? A. Stalin, B. KCR. Who was the man who stopped Harshavardhana entering Deccan? Pulakeshi II. Pulakeshi II stopped him, and they have a truce, and you are the Lord of the North, we are the Lords of the South. Then, this is what has happened. So, Harsha period is the last phase in ancient India, because post Harsha period, we call it as medieval India, where the feudalism has grown much and new types of dynasties are coming into existence. So till now we have discussed about ancient Indian dynasties and what to read and how to read. Why they are important, how to locate them. I talked about Harsha. You can't see Harsha directly. Harsha is part of the decline phase of Gupta. Unless and until Gupta's decline, you can't expect smaller rulers, the subordinates of Guptas, emerging as powerful people in small area and gradually becoming bigger people. So the links should be understood in each and every topic with the last topic. Understand the whole aspect in a sequence, because history is a flow. History is like a stream. History is like a river. It flows from one period to other. Every period has a reason to see how they have developed from the last phase. That is how you have to understand history. So this is ancient history. I tried to give you the chapters, understanding broad outlook of this, how to orient yourself for questions, tough questions and easy questions, preparation, right? Thank you. Any doubts?